What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we're going to be talking about a female streamer who goes by the name of HMAY. This is somebody who's actually been brought to the attention of the community by a channel called Call of Shame. Now, I've watched some of their footage and it does appear that there is something suspicious within HMAY's gameplay. However, we have actually got a video today which shows HMAY using a monitor cam, and something pops up on her left monitor that just shouldn't really be there. Based on the information that we'll provide today, you'll see that this thing that pops up should not be showing on that left monitor. So if you do enjoy the video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. As always, guys, we come across to the channel first. This is HMAY on Twitch TV with 43.3k followers. She's a Twitch partner. Now, this is somebody who has been brought to my attention via other people's videos on YouTube about this content creator and streamer. Some of her gameplay, some of her callouts, some of her pushes just seem to be that of somebody who has extra knowledge in the game. And we were actually sent a screenshot which showed a white box on a left monitor from HMAY while she was doing a monitor cam. Could this be wall hacks in use? Could this be a program helping her in some way? Well, we tried to reach out to HMAY about this and we didn't get a response because honestly, I wanted to give HMAY the opportunity to explain what it was on her left monitor, but she decided to ignore the messages and not respond. I'm sure after this video, we'll probably get a response from her. Maybe, who knows? But let's go into it now. Let's show you the image that we were sent and then we'll go into detail about what we see. So this is the screenshot we were sent and there's not really much in it whatsoever. It was off one of their live streams, 2 hours, 1 minute and 37 seconds into it. I'm sure you guys can't really see what's going on here. I'm going to zoom in now on her webcam. You can see 3 monitors here on this image, and on the right monitor you can see her Discord. The center monitor is the one that she's using for the gameplay, but what we can see on the left monitor is her OBS and streaming software, which whatever it is she's using, right? But the image that we can see has a white box in the middle. Now that could be photoshopped. I thought, well, I'm going to go and do research on this, find the exact stream that the screenshot was taken from and see it for myself. And that's exactly what I did. So we're going to play the clip through for you now of the moment this happened. So this is the video we're about to play through for you now. You can see the monitor cam there. And what you can see is that the window that was open on the screenshot is not actually visible at this point. So what happens is she dies and actually pulls up another window, which shows a box. But let me just tell you something. You can't even see the white box until her screen goes black. Let's play it through for you now. I'm just going to pause it here a quick second because I want to point out what she's actually got open at this point on her left monitor. It is Twitch. So you can see her Twitch channel along with the Twitch chat on the right side of the left monitor. But she pulls something else up which becomes a larger screen in the center of that, which is when the white box actually shows.
Definitely AI.
Love you, Haley. No.
Ready?
Blender right now. Holy.
Oh God.
Holy.
Land on that.
And there it is. That's the white box. But prior to it going onto a black screen, you can see the white box as well through the red smoke, which makes me believe that that colour on that box right there is blended into the gameplay throughout as well. What I want to point out now is 2 simple things, that is what I believe to be either her OBS or Twitch. If that was the actual video that's getting put out to Twitch, then right here on the centre of this screen, we would be able to see that white box. However, we can't. And if it was anything to do with the gameplay itself, you would be able to see it on her center monitor, because that's the one that's putting out her gameplay to her. And if it was anything to do with the right monitor, well, let's be honest, that's just got Discord open, as you can see, and you can see all the channels that she's involved in there. So what is that white box showing up? Well, I'm going to pull it back a little bit so you guys can try and look to see whether or not we can see that white box during gameplay. I'm going to zoom in right on it now. Obviously, the quality is going to be a little bit poor because we're zooming in on a webcam from a live stream, but let's do it. As we mentioned, it's going to be poor quality. This is the best quality we can get from it due to us zooming right in on the webcam. But I want us to try and find out whether or not we can see that white box during gameplay on her left monitor, and see whether or not you can see it on the main monitor as well. We know for a fact it's nothing to do with the main monitor due to the fact it wasn't being put out on the black screen when we had a look at it before. Let's go into it now.
No, Brie! Oh my god. That is pain.
Pause it there for a second. Can we see any white box in the center of her left screen right now? It doesn't look like it to me, but the colours going out on that screen are quite bright. So will the white box sort of blend into that? Possibly.
Bro. What's going on there?
She's dragging something with a mouse there by the looks of it as well. And if we pause it here a second, let's move it back slightly. You can actually see on the left monitor here and here, right? This is her overlays. This is what's being put out to the public. That's her webcam on that side of it. And on the right side is her sub count by the looks of it, which we can see on her actual game output, on her stream output. But when she goes back in for the loadout, you can see that there's a slight delay between what's going on her gaming monitor and what's going on that left monitor. But as she dies, looking at her game monitor, you cannot see any white box. Even when she's watching the kill cam, I actually believe once she's watching the kill cam, you can see the white box show up here now. Right there, it's not very visible, but there is a white box there on her left monitor, not her gaming monitor, just her left monitor, and you can see it within the red smoke here. We carry on playing it through and it becomes a hell of a lot more visible, this white box here. But it's not on her gaming monitor. Where's the white box here? But it's showing up here. And it becomes a hell of a lot more visible when it goes to the black screen. And again, you can't see it on her gaming monitor. And watch how swiftly she closes that window down. Oh, what was that? Looks like a cheat menu to me, but it could be something completely different, which is exactly why we reached out to HMAY on Twitter. Because of how unclear the video actually is, it could be something to do with an overlay on her OBS software. It could be to do with settings on OBS Studio. But guys, honestly, that to me looks like a cheat menu popping up, doesn't it? But again, I'm not willing to point fingers about this one yet. I want to actually contact her. I want to get a response from HMAY. I tried to do it originally, but it turns out I've probably got to make this video to try and get a response from her. But you guys can see that it's not visible on her gameplay, which leads me to believe it's one of two things. It's either A, a cheat menu, or B, it's something to do with OBS settings. Either way, I have never seen a white box the way we saw it first from anything to do with OBS Studio, that white box, no. So do you guys think that that's something to do with OBS Studio settings, popping up a window for her to adjust certain things? Or do you believe that that could quite well be a cheat menu right there? Because actually, as soon as this pops up, she swiftly closes the window and changes back to her normal stream screen. It would appear that white box has disappeared also. So maybe it was a cheat menu, and maybe that white box was her field of view slider from whatever cheat provider she's using. Although many field of view sliders that I've seen are in a circle. So whether or not that is aimbot field of view, whether or not it's some form of wall hack, only HMAY knows that at this point. But I'm sure she'll reach out to me and give me the answer to the questions we're asking here today. And even a little bit further into the stream, she starts joking about the fact that she's cheating now she's doing a monitor cam. It would appear that she starts to show her controller to the camera, but in the background, behind her hand, behind her controller, you can see that white box showing up on her left monitor again. Let's play this clip through for you now.
Guys, I turned the monitor camera on and I have 1 kill. Those are my cheats. My cheats ain't working
You are
anymore,
literally
bruh.
exposing yourself.
All we're seeing here is her webcam, by the way, guys, because you can see the gameplay on her gaming monitor anyway. But I want you guys to see the moment she starts waving her controller about in front of the camera, and you can see in the background that white box on her left monitor again.
I'm taking fire.
You're not gonna stream from NA, are you?
No. No!
Hey, base, Charlie.
They're freaking guards. Should I stream with my... Should I play with my controller like this? Oh, that's a bit... fucked up.
Okay, you can see it there on the left monitor now, and it's almost like she's putting her controller in the way intentionally. But that box is on show right now in the center of her left monitor.
You just got fucking
Clear as day, something is there. And again, as she's going back into the game, it is still there. So the question is, what is that white box, and what was that menu that popped up on her left monitor? So after doing a little bit of digging, we went into YouTube, typed in OBS Studio Setup to see whether or not the window that pops up on her left monitor could be to do with OBS Studio. Now, we saw the quality of the footage from her webcam, it's not the best, so we have to take into consideration that it could well be a settings window, creating or selecting a source. However, none of that explains the white box that is constantly on the center of her screen whilst playing, which by the way isn't visible for the majority of the time unless she goes near dark colours within the map. And on her second monitor you can see that white box appear. We saw her trying to hide it with her controller. Whether or not that was intentional, white box was behind her controller on the left monitor, and it was prior to that when she died, and it was again after that throughout the gameplay while she was trying to snipe. So my question to HMAY is, what is the white box on your left monitor that isn't showing on your stream output, that isn't showing on your game monitor, and it certainly isn't on your right monitor where your Discord is? I would love to hear HMAY's response to this, and I would also like to know what the window was that popped up. Was it a cheat menu, or was it a settings menu from OBS Studio? Well, there we have it, guys. HMAY had something popping up on her left monitor. It did look like a white box, which could either be a field of view slider, which is from a cheat provider, or it could also be some form of wall hack, which is enabling her to see enemies within that small box. However, HMAY knows the answer to that, and we will await a response from her. We also want to know what that window was that popped up on her left monitor that did look like a cheat menu. Did it look similar to the one from OBS Studio? Personally, I don't think it did. It was a different shape, it was a different colour, and it had blue across the top. So this could actually be a cheat menu popping up on her left monitor. But the big question is, why would somebody be stupid enough to actually show a cheat menu on a left monitor whilst doing a monitor cam after being accused of cheating? It just doesn't make sense. So we will await HMAY's response to the messages that we sent her over on Twitter. And HMAY, if you're watching this, hit me up on Twitter and give me a full explanation as to what is happening in this footage, and I will happily put that out in a video. If you did enjoy the video today, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, you can hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!